This week's painting is to create an inspiring landscape in the style of Félix Vallotton. He was a Swiss-French painter and printmaker who lived between the years 1865 and 1925. Vallotton is known in the art world for his radiant and shimmering landscapes painted in semi-abstract scenes. Félix Vallotton's landscapes are inspiring, for they evoke our inner feelings. They reveal a world to us that is beyond our visible and perceptible reality. His landscapes are mystical. They are entirely based on the emotions that nature has generated in him. Vallotton does not decorate his landscapes with ornamental patterns like many of his fellow artists. Rather than enhancing visual elements of nature, he reduces them. His landscapes have hypnotic calmness because they have been painted purely by following the emotion they have provoked in the artist. Vallotton paints the most delicate aspects of nature through the use of soft coloring and invisible melancholy. His landscapes have a strong psychological depth. They are hauntingly mesmerizing. Although Vallotton was trained as a realist painter, he is not interested in merely demonstrating his technical ability like many of his contemporaries. Félix Vallotton's landscapes cannot be identified with any artistic school. While he experiments with various styles, he ultimately remains detached from them. He is basically concerned about the emotional and psychological aspect of nature. This makes his landscapes fresh, vital, and full of energy. Vallotton gives more attention to emotional vitality of nature than the actual topographic representation of it. Sometimes he interfuses water, earth, and sky in what is almost an abstract painting. Vallotton's art is different than the other artists of his time, especially in his use of color. Unlike the Impressionists, whose colors often reflect the joy of life, there is certain coolness to their reality that Vallotton paints. Instead of painting directly from nature like the Impressionists, he paints in his own studio, beginning with a photographic image or an on-site sketch. He then reconstructs the scene imaginatively on the canvas. This method allows him to simplify the compositional structure and intensify the mood by emphasizing on the emotional impact of color. Félix Vallotton was born in Swiss town of Lausanne on the shores of Lake Geneva. Early in his life, he displayed an ability to draw realistic images. He moved to Paris at 16 to study painting at the Académie Julian. His talent as a printmaker was soon recognized by the Parisians. During his 20s, he created many images with sharp contrasts of black and white inspired by Japanese woodcuts. Vallotton never quite reached the heights of fame during his life like some of his avant-garde contemporaries, but the art world now views him as one of the most original artists of his era. He died one day after his 60th birthday following a cancer surgery. Recently, in 2020, almost 100 years after his death, the Metropolitan Museum of Art organized a large exhibit of Félix Vallotton's art that was open for 3 months. To create the emotional vitality of nature is different than copy nature. Anybody can copy nature. All you have to do is look at a tree and start painting the tree. And after you do it several times, you learn how to do it. It's a very simple thing. There's nothing to it. It's amazing how he has gone into rebuilding the whole emotional vitality of trees, of the sea. There's a different depth of looking at things to create works like that. So here's my guidance on painting like him. Paint your landscapes in a way to evoke viewers' feelings. Create a world that is beyond visible and perceptible reality. Make your landscapes mystical. Instead of literal copying of nature, reflect the emotion that it generates in you. Don't decorate your landscapes with ornamental patterns like you did with some of the previously introduced artists. This time, instead of enhancing visual elements of nature, simplify them. Give your landscapes hypnotic calmness by reflecting the emotion that nature provokes in you. Use soft and smooth coloring to create invisible melancholy as a delicate aspect of nature. Give your landscapes strong psychological depth by making them mysterious and mesmerizing. Don't try to show off your technical ability in painting. Make your landscapes in a way that cannot be identified with any artistic style. Try various materials and techniques, but don't be attached to them. Reflect the freshness, vitality, and the energy of nature. Instead of representing the actual topography of nature, give your attention to the emotional vitality of it. If you want to give the look of abstraction to your paintings, fuse water, earth, trees, and sky together. Use the colors that you like to reproduce joy or sorrow, warmth or coolness, as well as other emotions that you want to reflect in your landscapes. Instead of painting directly from nature, you can paint in your studio using a photograph or on-site sketch. Reconstruct the scene on the canvas imaginatively. Simplify your compositional structure and intensify the mood by emphasizing on the emotional impact of colors. Enjoy the week's painting.